É. Ah, estou no banco.
Opa, абе, едвам да чувам, брат.
Идеално се чуваш.
От мен.
Малко чуваш басово обаче.
Нямаше влизаме само аз и Венко.
Аз трябва да преставам това с реактапа.
Добре.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I think Rob will not be joining today, but we can wait for a couple of more people to join from the maintainers. I think that's all that we have today. We've synced previously about the update, so should be all right.
Okay, that's fine. I am to understand that he will not be present today. However, I think with the snowstorm, we may get a few people unexpectedly. So I guess we'll give it another minute or two, see if anybody else has the ability to join in, and then if not, we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, hi Keith. Good morning. Hi, Villain.
Good morning. Oh.
Alrighty, I think we'll go ahead and get started. Is everybody able to see the agenda? If not, let me know. I can
Yep.
always change it.
Yes.
Awesome.
See it.
Perfect, perfect. Alrighty. Good morning and welcome to the Hiero SDK community call. Thank you everybody for being here this morning. Apologies if you are any individuals stuck in the snowstorm. I hope it's not too bad where you are. Um, Besides that, let's go ahead and get started. So for the SDK updates, I am to understand, I believe some of the maintainers have already met already. So awesome. If there's anything new that those maintainers would like to share, please just let me know. I'm happy to give you an opportunity to speak about that. I will start with Swift. Do we have anybody who would like to provide any updates regarding the point 4.6 relief, the changes from 5 to 6 support? If not, that's okay.
Yeah, this is Rob's update actually.
Oh,
He pinged me on Thursday to provide the updates. So for Swift and C++, actually, both of them. So I will go through them one by one. So for Swift, the updates are that he has deprecated some CI dependencies from version 5 and he updated them to version 6. He merged, let me see the PR link. Oh, it's actually the Swift version itself, I believe. The language itself in the CI runners, I believe. He started the Good First Issues initiative, templates and guidelines, and he has merged a PR in Swift for that. And he also worked on Hiero hooks, HIP 1195. So he prepared the PR to be merged when the new consensus node version is released, which I believe it was released either on Friday or yesterday, or not yesterday or today, earlier today. So for C++, he said that he's going to release 0.448. Also, he has 10 new contributors with 7 new PRs that were closed. And he's going to keep adding good first issues for these contributors. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that information. I guess I'll just go ahead and add on to the GFI and for some of the issue audits. So that is right. We have had 10 new contributors to our C++ SDK. We're super excited about that. Super happy to see these newcomers submitting PRs. The one item I would also like to share is the Hiero website. I know it's not an SDK and it's a little outside of this. But I'd just like to share that it is doing very well with the GFI initiative. We've had some new PRs come in this morning. I was really excited to be able to review those. So the GFI initiative is going on even further. And so far, we haven't had any major issues other than some automation, but we have been able to address those concerns and we are continuing to work together. Our plan is to try to put what we are calling it's like a automation package. So it essentially just will be a collection of workflows to kind of help out the GFI team, the maintainers, make workflows a little easier. One of those flows I believe should be an automatic assignment. So if a user comments on a good first issue and it'll be their first issue, the bot will come in, assign them automatically, let them know if there's a mentor that will be assigned and provide any helpful information for that contributor to get started. So we're super excited to hopefully launch that pretty soon. So We are planning to try to put that into C++, Swift, and I believe JavaScript. For JavaScript, we are going to be implementing the Good First Issue initiative, or Good First Issue initiative. Sorry, I'm losing my words today. But there will be a call taking place. As of now, I want to say it's looking like it will be sometime Friday, but for those of you interested, please reach out to me. I'm happy to send a link for that meeting. But that will be just to go over kind of what they want out of the initiative, what they're looking for, possibly try to audit some of the issues that are currently standing. So we are super, super excited to do that. In terms of the JavaScript SDK, does anybody want to provide any updates on the integer overflow issues and race conditions? Does anybody, I should say, is there anyone here that is able to provide an update on that? If not, that's okay.
Yeah, about the overflow,
Yeah.
we fixed it, and I think we already merged the PR.
Okay.
That's
Awesome.
that's about the dates, right?
Okay. And do you happen to have any updates for the creation of the DApp template? Again, if not, that's okay.
Yeah. Do I demo it now? I can show you.
Yeah, I can stop sharing. Absolutely. Okay. And I believe it's stopped, so it should let you share now. If it gives you an issue, just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should be able to see my screen, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I've been working on this. It's a sub package of the SDK. So basically, JS SDK has now 3 sub packages, and
Okay.
one of these is this create Hiero app. Basically, generates a template for every user that wants to create a dApp. It will create a React app integrated with Wallet Connect. Yeah, I will show you the process. Basically, you have to do something like this, but currently it's not released. It's a local command. But yeah, currently this is the command. Give me a second so it can load. And yeah, the process starts here. And then you need to specify the network. I'll be using testnet. And you need to specify the Wallet Connect ID. This one you get from Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is like something that connects a dApp and a wallet. You can use all kind of wallets with this Wallet Connect hashback wallets. And now wait for the package to create the files. Takes some time, maybe like 30 seconds. Yeah, maybe it's slightly more, but it should be done soon.
That's fine. We have a few minutes.
Yeah. And now it created the dApp. And then you operate with this dApp like any other React app. You run this npm run dev. And now you have a new dApp that you can create your wallet with. yep, that's pretty much it. You can get the balance, you can transfer, and there are basically the dApp basically shows how a user can connect his wallet and execute transactions and use the SDK itself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have generated documentation for this new sub package. And yeah, but I guess I will need to talk with Simi and Kate so they can give some feedback on should we create this like a sub package in the SDK itself. Do they like it and stuff like this? So basically, this is just a work in progress currently, and yeah, that's basically the thing that generates dApps.
Okay, thank you. That's actually pretty neat. If you have any documentation or any links to that, uh, if you could share them with me, that'd be great. I do a little bit of DApp development, so anything new regarding DApps is always interesting to me. But thank you so much for the demo. Keith, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great. I'll just preface with some questions. I mean, I think one of the issues is that we've had self-generated docs in the past, but we've not done a very good job of surfacing them, and often they've not been complete. In that like they've missed like a lot of helper functions and stuff. I wondered, did you have any thoughts on any of that?
On what? On the generation of docs?
Well, I mean, it's one thing to generate docs. It's another thing is like where would they be? Where would people view them?
Oh, so these docs are in the new sub package because it's a completely different. It's unrelated to the SDK, kinda. It uses the SDK, but it's not the SDK itself. So I've put them in the new sub package, and it basically there are a couple of documentation. One of them is the README. The other one is for new contributors. And so the the contributors README is for it basically has issues for everyone who wants to help, and yeah.
Yeah, but the same question. So where, like, if I'm a user, sorry, let's just put this in a user. If I'm a user and I want to read these docs, I would go to the repo README. Would that be the suggestion?
Yeah, in the SDK repo, and there is a sub package for this generation of templates, generation of dApps.
Are you asking about the SDK as a whole or regarding what he demoed just now?
Well, what was demoed just now?
Yeah,
Okay.
it will be in the repo.
Okay, I just think that that one would need clarity because either we're saying like everyone, if you want to read these docs, you're gonna have to download the SDK package and like build it. Like you need to do that to read the docs, or we are like generating them and putting them into the README or putting them into some other place where people can read them. I'm just trying to turn it around to like, what's the user journey to read these docs?
Yeah, I see. Um,
I don't think we've thought about that. It
Okay.
was it was
Yeah,
demoed.
I just think it's a really important thing to think about. So I would just say you don't have to answer that today, but I just think that when we look to add this, like yeah, that'll be an important question.
Yeah, agree.
Thank you so much for sharing. If you have any updated information on the docs, do feel free to present it to us. Other than that, I think if there's nothing else regarding the demo, are we okay to move forward?
Yeah.
Any other? Yep. Okay. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to put them in chat.
I can share a couple of more things regarding the JS SDK for the last week. So regarding the race condition, and unhealthy node management. A fix has been released in the previous week. The issue was reported by FUR from some relay providers, which had this issue when submitting 10,000 transactions simultaneously. And it turned out that the retry mechanism with the node health management in the SDK was a bit off in these situations. And yeah, a fix was applied to this. And from this issue, actually popped out another concern. It was regarding the why we query the submitting node in the received query. So yeah, I'm still obtaining information on this because, like, if there is a possible scenario, we could turn this off if we know that it won't be an issue. This would reduce the failure window in sending multiple transactions at once even more. Also, I'm investigating a duplicate transaction issue which occurs sometimes in the same scenario when sending 10,000 transactions simultaneously. And again, I've obtained information that we may need to probably add an extra check when we are retrying against a node that is currently probably marked as unhealthy. Other than that, last week, I think it was in the sprint planning, I shared a thing that I did for the JS SDK. It was about streamlining the local development environment for contributors to use Solo without focusing much on how Solo actually works and aliasing the commands that need to run Solo. So the contributors could easily start their Solo locally with one command and focus on developing in the JS SDK. Actually, it was mentioned in this meeting that Solo has these one-shot commands for starting, and I investigated into them to see if actually they can do the work for us, because like what I did was these huge shell scripts, which if we need to move them across the other SDKs, we need to maintain them in every SDK separately. So if, for example, Solo changes some command in their CLI, we need to update those in, let's say, 6-7 SDKs. So which is not good. So I investigated if we could use those single one-shot commands from the Solo, and actually it turned out in the current state we can, because there are some discrepancies in terms of what we need to set up the right environment for the integration tests, let's say, to run our examples. But I'm collaborating with the Solo team to see if we can address these by configuring them with some parameters, and if not, we'll create issues. Actually, we are currently in the step. I'm aggregating the result, and I will be creating feature request issues, so we could use this single one-shot command from Solo to run the integration tests in the SDK and examples. So we would need later probably to remove those huge shell scripts, and we could easily integrate those in the other SDKs as well.
Yeah, thank you for that. So actually, I have a meeting with the Solo team later today. So yeah, I mean, I agree that in a perfect world, we should not have shell scripts across the SDKs. We should just work with the Solo team to make sure that they have a mode of Solo that that supports what the SDK team needs. So I just want to be clear. From my understanding, what the SDK team needs from a solo build is like 2 nodes, and you need to have some local accounts created when the solo network comes up. Is there anything else beyond that requirement?
Yes, actually, the account has to have 1 million H bars instead of like the currently predefined accounts in the one-shot script creates accounts with 10,000 H bars, which is insufficient for running integration tests, especially if you run them like more than one time. You would need to spin the solo network again. You need to restart solo, so you recreate the accounts, and that is like probably half an hour.
Okay. So, but you only need how many accounts beyond the Genesis account do you need do you just need one account, or do you need like 5 accounts or 20 accounts, or?
I think one account should be enough. At least that's how I've set it up with my script, and it works.
Okay. I have another question for you. When you've been using Solo, something that's been coming to our attention is that the startup time of Solo seems really long. Like in GitHub runners, we're seeing times of like 5 minutes plus to start Solo, which is a lot longer than local node. Has that been your experience? What's been your experience on startup time of Solo? And is has that been a problem?
Well, yeah, actually, personally for myself, I have experienced this. Like takes longer. The problem with this is that if we need to restart solo, we like need to wait this time for solo to start. So actually, we can assert if something's wrong when testing, etc.
Yeah. So in your experience, and I'm not gonna like this is not scientific, but what's the startup time that you've experienced for solo? Like, is it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes?
I would say it's around 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Wow. Oh, and is that on your local laptop?
Yeah, but that's when starting with 2 nodes. With one node, it's probably around 7 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. So I think it's a big problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In CI, we run like 7 or 8 minutes just to run the soul.
Yeah.
And
There. Uh, yeah. Sorry, Vayu.
yeah, before that we were using walk on note, and it was like 1 minute or something like this.
Okay. Yeah, so my request is that please surface these issues. I mean, we're trying to figure out what are the problems in Solo. I think this has certainly been highlighted as a problem. So yeah, please, reach out to on the Solo channel or to me. We want to hear all the problems about Solo, like because we need to improve this as a product because it's going to have to replace local node. So please tell us everything that's wrong with Solo. Complain a lot because we need to improve the product.
Yeah. Actually, I think I've left a message in the client SDK team uh, about the issues I find currently.
Oh, you did. Okay. Maybe could you send me the link to that if you find it? And sorry, I know this is not the Solo meeting. I know this is the SDK meeting, so I don't mean to hijack Angelina. I just thought, while I
You're
had them
totally
here.
fine. Yeah, of course, go for it. Not a problem.
No, I think that's it for Solo. I mean, if I can get sent that link, and also any information you have on that feature request. Yeah, and let's work with. So back just to make the circle around. Yeah, no, I don't think we should not have shell scripts. We should work with the Solo team, tell them like what we need and what the the config for the mode is that we need for the SDKs, and then we'll work with the SDK team to create that as like a mode, and with a one-shot command. I think that's the best situation. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Alrighty, if there is nothing more for solo, then I'll go ahead and continue. Anybody have any other questions, comments, anything they want to reach out with regarding solo before we move forward? If not, I will take silence as a good to go. All right, I'll double check the chat just in case anybody posted something. I'm not seeing anything regarding solo, so I will take silence as a good to go. All right. I know it's not up on the agenda, but I did want to provide an update in terms of Python. The Python SDK is working beautifully. We've had some new contributors. The Good First Issue initiative is moving smoothly. Throughout the SDK, we are looking to implement a little bit more automation. In terms of HIPs for the Python SDK, I do believe that 1261 should be implemented soon. I know we will be beginning that process of getting that up and running. We're creating an issue for that. But in terms of that HIP for the Python SDK, I believe that is where we currently stand for now. Beyond, let's see, there's just nothing. I'm not seeing anything in the agenda for Java. I don't know if there are any updates anybody would like to provide for the Java SDK. If not, we'll just continue. Do we have anybody here that is able to provide any info about that? If not, I will take silence as a no, and that's okay. All right, that's all right. I just thought I'd mention it, didn't want to leave it out. All right, so finally, with the last half hour or so remaining, we are down to HIPs. We have HIP 1313, 1261, 1300, and 1195. Is there anyone here that would like to present the update status for these? Any information or any comments, feedback they would like to leave about these HIPs in general?
Maybe we can start with Jazz. So
Okay.
for the hooks, I've renamed the files. We haven't released it yet because it is going to be an issue for the users if they try to execute transaction. For the hip about the Pectra, was it 1340? Yeah, I think it was 1340. We have implemented it. I have pushed the changes. It's in a PR, but we need a tag to run the integration tests and to be able to merge it. For the other hips 1313, I think we have the protobus, but we don't have a tag or some kind of PR which we can run the new properties, the high volume entity creation. Maybe we can add the setters and the getters and whatever is needed, but again, we're blocked. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the update on JS. For 1300, I think it was the transaction size. We have merged the tests, I think. Or yeah, I think we have merged it. And yeah, that's pretty much the update on 4 of the hips.
Oh, thank you. And does anybody want to provide, I guess we'll just go by SDK, for the Swift SDK in regards to the, for these four, are there any updates from Swift regarding the HIPs below? If not, that's okay. I know we are missing a few people, so I do understand if some of the updates are unavailable as of now. Okay. And I will move on to Swift for the HIPs. Is there anything here anybody would like to share? I know we heard a little bit regarding Swift for HIP 1195. Was there any information regarding 1313, 1261, and 1300 for the Swift SDK?
I don't think we have Robert here, so I think it'd be hard to give that update.
Oh, not a problem. Alrighty. If that's the case, given these few SDKs, I think we are pretty much good to go. Again, just want to mention the Python SDK, we'll be attempting to implement 12.61 as soon as we can. Some of our team is absent for the week due to an event, so just expect a bit of a delay in some of the updates. If anyone's looking for updates in regard to these hips, they should be coming out soon. But beyond that, let's see, was there anything else we wanted to go over? Anything I'm missing for the other SDKs? I don't believe so. All right, I think we are pretty much good to go in terms of, oh, Keith, you have your hand up? Go ahead.
I had one more topic for this group. And
yeah.
I need to talk with Robert and to Henrik and stuff. But when we started this community meeting, it was bi-weekly. And then for some reason, I think Henrik moved it to weekly. I don't think that I like to hear what people think. I am actually pushing that we make it bi-weekly again. I just don't think sometimes with these kind of community calls, if you don't have enough content, when you make it weekly, you actually you don't have as much interesting content, so people stop attending. I think bi-weekly seems the right cadence for this call, but I just want to quickly check with people like Angelina. Would you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I think bi-weekly is perfectly fine, especially because that will give us a bit more to cover in terms of when there are new updates, when the SDKs change and things like that. So I'm fine to taking it bi-weekly. I guess we'll go ahead and do a round robin thing if everyone's comfortable with that. I did see a thumbs up pretty quickly. My screen kind of jumbled it, so apologize. I did not see who it came from. I think it came from Villain. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But I will start with in my screen, below you are the first one presented to me. So what do you think? Should we turn this into a bi-weekly meeting or do you think we should keep it weekly? If you can't speak, thumbs up or a comment in chat is perfectly acceptable. Oh, Georgie, I see you unmuted.
Yeah, so basically it makes more sense to be bi-weekly, and if some other communication or something for demonstrating and stuff like that appear, we could always just book a meeting. So I guess we're gonna be fine with bi-weekly.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for your input. Let's see. I believe in terms of who can speak, I believe that might be it. For the rest of the attendees, again, a thumbs up or a comment in chat is totally fine. But Keith, from my perspective, I think bi-weekly is fine. I can't speak for the rest of the team, but I am taking silence as they are in agreement. Okay, yep. Yeah, so we've got a few thumbs up here, so it seems like everybody here is in agreement. So I guess it would just be dependent upon the rest of the team. But yeah, I think bi-weekly would be great.
Thank you.
Yep, of course. Alrighty. So we are down to the last 20 minutes. I don't believe anything new has come up in the last few seconds. But beyond that, I think if there are no further comments or questions, I guess we'll just double check. Is there anybody who has anything else they want to bring up? Any other topics they want to share? Any information that they'd like to provide for the HIPs or just for the SDKs in general? Nope. And then I'll double check the chat just in case anybody wrote anything. Okay, I am taking silence as a good to go. Thank you everybody for coming. The last thing I do want to do is just to make everybody aware. I know this is an SDK meeting, but I am going to drop the link for the Hiero website just for the pull requests. So if anybody is interested in taking a look at those, we have had some new contributors and these pull requests are fresh. So if anybody has any information they want to share, there is a pull request in here. So we would appreciate everybody's feedback regarding the website layout. The last thing I want to mention, again, I know it's an SDK call, but for the website, we do have a pull request in place to kind of change the layout. This is pull request 158. So if you have any input on how you feel the layout should be, we would really appreciate it. Right now, it's just kind of a team discussion, figuring out where we want to go in terms of the direction, how do we want it to appear. But beyond that, I think that is everything from my side. And I think if everybody's good to go, we can get back these last 20 minutes. I thank everybody for coming. For those of you who were a little late, I do hope the snowstorm, if you're experiencing that, is not too bad for you. But beyond that, I think we are good to go. Oh, Vinny, I saw you unmuted. I didn't hear anything come out of your mic. I didn't know if you're trying to speak.
No, I think we're good to go. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then Ivan, Ivalo, I did see you're unmuted. I didn't know if you're trying to.
Yeah, I just wanted to say bye.
Oh, okay, you're fine. Sorry, I've been having some audio issues, so I just want to make sure everybody got the chance to speak in case they wanted to say something. But all right, if everybody's good to go, then I do thank everybody for being here today. I hope everyone has a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the next Hiero call.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.